Alrighty, hola mola cola folks, what is up? We're back here for another art stream, and today we are going to be looking at some swimsuits and just coming up with some ideas for my characters. It's summer. Last week we talked about swimsuit ideas. So I just decided, let's make some summer illustrations featuring my original characters and their swimsuits, which I am now going over doing their designs. And the playlist is playing. Hold on. Don't interrupt me, playlist. Okay. But yeah, if you're wondering what kind of characters I'm talking about the characters from my Reborn Daughter comic. You can read it online for free. It's on Webtoon Canvas. You just gotta be at least 16 years or older. We talk about some things that are not super age appropriate for the younger audience. So if you're within that age range, consider giving it a read, And if you do, tell me how you feel about it. It's a romance story about this young man discovering that he's going to have a daughter in the future. He meets his future daughter, and the story's about how we come to figuring out who the mom is. So that sounds like something you're interested in. Go ahead and give it a read. And for those of you who are younger, I did make a new comic called 5 Shooting Stars. It is another romance one, but this one's pretty straightforward. This one's about two young teens who decide to let these stars decide if they get to be together or not. So if they can see 5 shooting stars together, then they get to be together. And that's pretty much it. So that sounds like another thing you're interested in reading. You can come check that out on Webtoon Canvas. This one's for all ages. And one more thing for everybody on YouTube. I do have a gaming channel. So if, first of all, thank you so much for being here for the art. But if you also want to hang out with me, in a more, the louder, more obnoxious version of me that's not so chill, maybe you might want to check out my gaming channel where I play mostly JRPGs, but, all sorts of other games as well. Just, I don't play any shooters, fighting games, or sports games. Like those three. Off the top, I will tell you right now, you're not going to see me playing that kind of stuff. Okay. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. So, sorry, I'm munching on carrots as I draw. Okay, let's turn on the music, and let's just start chilling. Feel free to, say hi in the chat. And we're going to start off doing with some warm-ups, as usual. Let's get that pencil. Yeah, let's just start drawing poses. Okay. Hang on, let me get where's the ding ding? Where's the ding baba? Oh, I found it. I have to wipe my pen. There's something on it. You gotta rub the nib. Feels like I'm scratching my screen here, which is not good. It's not good. Not good at all. Okay. Throw that egg. Mm-hmm. Try that one again. Well, it makes more sense to me. Still a little off, but it makes more sense. Oh, hey, what's up, Flip Fly? Beep bloop. What's up? Welcome in. How are you today? Doing alright? Cool. Me? Yeah. Doing alright too. Don't mind me, I'm just snacking on some carrots. But yeah. I'm going to pull up we've been doing the warm-ups for about an hour now. So now that the warm-up's all done, let's go ahead and go straight into the design part. If I disappear, guys, it's because I'm eating expired carrots. I chose the dangerous route. Okay. Not sure if you guys could hear that munching, but da-da-da. Ew. Hang on. Got a piece of carrot on the screen. That's what happens when you talk and eat. Just wiping it off. Okay. It is now wiped off. Is this Photoshop? No, this is Clip Studio Paint. I'm circling it on the top here. Can you guys actually see that? Let me look at the stream. Yeah. Clip Studio. Clip Studio is software that is designed for like animation and comics, specifically the Japanese kind. So for anybody that's into like doing like manga work, or you just like drawing anime style stuff, this is definitely the program to go for. So since I wanted to do manga work, definitely went straight to getting Clip Studio. And I've been liking it a whole lot more better than Photoshop ever since. And one thing I hated about Photoshop is just like they kind of want you to use all, you know, they separate everything into like different programs, so you always have to like open up another program if you wanted to do like one specific thing. Super big convenient thing about Clip Studio is just that everything is in the program itself, so there's no having to open up another software just to do like one small little thing. That being said, Clip Studio doesn't have everything. So just something to note. If there's like a specific tool you like using in Photoshop that Clip Studio doesn't have. Let's put these knees together. Hang on, let me let's make these knees longer. Okay, so now let's draw the other leg. You always draw the arms last. Break this into pieces here. Let's do the same thing here. fingers. Okay. So fix up this foot here. Okay, now we got like a pretty neutral pose here. Sorry. Okay. Let's give this a curve. Okay. Draw her face. Okay, we don't have to go too much into detail here, but we'll start off with boss. Did I make her the right height? Hold on, let me height check here. Yeah, good. We got her 8 heads tall. She's a very tall lady. Alright, let's get the airbrush and just lighten everything up here. Wow. Okay. Now we can just focus on the silhouette here. Okay, so for this character, I was thinking definitely on One Piece. But what kind of One Piece? Now, I did see something that was interesting. I saw somebody design a character with a collared shirt. A long sleeve collared shirt. And it was like very transparent. So you can see the swimsuit under it. And I like that idea. Because it kind of reflects on our character in a way, right? You know, because when we're designing stuff, we're thinking about, well, what information are we giving to the viewer, right? To tell us more about the character. I did like what I did last week with the frills at the end. So we're still gonna have that. But we're just gonna turn it into a one piece. So we're gonna keep that. Good cut. Could make a cut. In the center. Oh, you know what else we could add? We could add the belt. I like the idea of a belt. You know what would be different? Hold on, give me a second. I have an idea. I just want to get visual. Let's see. Well, first of all, I want to see this actual thing. No, it's not an actual thing. Okay. So then what I'm thinking about is gonna be basically nuance. Let's make this a bit broader. What do you even call this? What do you call this thing? Yeah, this is... I don't have the right keywords for this. Maybe this will help. No? There we go. I think I found it. Okay, let's try it. It's called a neckerchief. A neckerchief is a bandana, a network associated with those working or living outdoors. Huh. Okay, maybe that's not what I'm looking for. No, wait, it sort of is. It sort of is. Okay, so it is a thing. Alright, cool. So let's draw that. Let me write this down actually. This is called a neckerchief. And let me just draw an enlarged version of this. Just for my notes. Okay, but we're gonna definitely add that. Now let's go back to thinking about just the whole thing. Okay, you think having a cross would be better here? Alright, let's go back. Let's get rid of the V. Have a cross instead. What if we move the belt up? Hmm. Trying to think if there's anything else. I mean, what more can we do, right? We could. We could cut out some parts of the suit, but I just don't think it's necessary. We can't do a hat. So we no hat. We have the shirt over the swimsuit. I mean, we could like add accessories, but that's a little annoying and it's not part of the main outfit. So I don't want to think about those options right now. Hey, what's up, Mikey? Draw me like one of your French girls. I mean, you'd have to be a French girl. It's the only way. Are you a French girl, Mikey? Hmm. You can be whatever you want to be, okay? Now I'm just trying to figure out what do I do next here in this design. Uh, okay. And then I gotta think about the shoes too, so we're not exactly out the woods here yet. There's still a lot to consider. Just thinking right now. We're just thinking right now. Something like this. Makes sense. All right, we got 1 more hour left. Oh, what's up, Art Trigger? Don't forget to flip my canvas. I never flip my canvas. How would I do that? Yeah, how you doing? Stream's going it's going okay. It's going pretty slow. But you know, I spent like the first 3 hours. Actually, just a real quick review, actually. I spent the first hour just doing warm-up poses. That was last week. Warm-up poses, and then we sat here and we did design. And now I'm just kind of drawing out the character with the design. For like the last hour. I got like 1 more hour left to stream. So yeah, I mean, you know, I came up with design, so stream has been a success. Yeah, what's up, my dude? How are you doing? Wait, you didn't see what? The design? So this is what I came up with. because I knew I wanted to do a one piece for her. Definitely had to be a one piece. And thematically, right? Thematically, she's, you know, like regularly she wears like a suit, you know what I'm saying? So normally she's got, because she's the owner of the restaurant, the Yellow Cucumber, and she's the boss of the main character, so we know her as boss. So normally she wears a suit. It's one of these kind of suits. And then it's got a skirt. And it's all, like her colors are black and yellow. So all this stuff is black, and then her tie is yellow. And then she's got her collared shirt with some gloves. And they poof at the shoulders here. That's the uniform that they wear over there. So I'm just kind of like, okay, let's take the elements of what she usually wears. She's usually at the restaurant. We always see her at the restaurant. And, you know, her colors in black are black and yellow. So we had to include that yellow. But then I was just kind of thinking, how do we give that professional sort of aesthetic and feel to a swimsuit? You know? And, you know, I actually had to learn what spats and neckerchiefs are, because these were elements that I wanted to include in the design, but I had no idea what they were called. So on stream, I actually had to sit down and, you know, do a little bit of research to find out what these things are called. But yeah, but you know, so we've got a neckerchief, which is the thing around her neck. It's transparent. I gave it a good purple color. Where the refs at? So like I always say on my streams, if I use references, it's not on the stream screen, just because I got in trouble last time for using references. So I'm just kind of playing it safe, and the references are off stream, but I am using references. So that's just kind of how I've been working, because you know, I've got a strike, and you know, we don't want any more strikes here. And you know, and when, you know, these platforms give you a strike, the robot tells you, so it's like they don't tell you why you got the strike or like what was it exactly that did it. But you know, so I don't really get it at all, so I just decided to just play it safe and just not put any references on the screen at all. I didn't show anybody naked. I still got in trouble. You know, I don't know if it's like a copyright thing or anything, but you know, I guess until like I like fully understand the whole thing, you know, just no references for now. But yeah, so we've got the neckerchief, which is again a new thing I learned about today. But you know, this gives you that nice professional aesthetic look, right? So I gave it to her to also bring some attention to the neck. And then, you know, she's got the one piece, and then on her one piece we've got the belt, which I feel like adds to the whole professional thing. And then we still got to keep her black and yellow colors. I decided to go on the top to be a cross, so a cross is in the front, but then on the back it goes down straight. And then we added some frills at the bottom, and then overall she's got a colored shirt over everything, which is like, that's an idea that I got from a reference, because I was just looking up like professional swimsuit aesthetic stuff, and I didn't really find much, but I did find somebody designed a character that wears just like a regular shirt, you know. And obviously, like, you know, it's the sun's out and you get wet and you see through the shirt, so it's like that transparent shape. what's her shape language overall? She's a very tall person. She's pretty sure I measured it right. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, about, you know, some of these circles are off, but yeah, she's about 8 heads tall. So yeah, she a long boy. But it's long and circular. And then for the shoes, we got pretty creative here, and I added spats because spats, you know, I don't even know if they're professional, but like they look like they add to that very professional aesthetic. And then you know, there's this whole weird idea because it's like, you know, who wears spats on the beach? But when I looked it up, spats are designed to keep sands out of your shoes. So it's like, I know we wear sandals because there's going to be sand all over the place, but I just figured, you know, design-wise, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't have to be practical. So I think this added a very unique flair to the whole design. I mean, like, is she circle, triangle? Oh, okay, she's triangle. She's triangle. And that's, you know, she's got triangle eyebrows. She's got the sharpest nose in the whole story, and then under her eyes hit a triangle, and then she's got the triangle, what you call it, the bangs. There you go. And she's got the triangle bangs. But no, yeah, she's very triangle. Get some movement lines here. By the way, Persona X came out. Have you tried the game yet? Actually, are you even a fan of Persona? Can't remember. But like, you know, you play the JRPGs, why not? Okay, it's a gacha. Yeah, I was very against it because it's a gacha too, but it's, you know, I think I saw gameplay and I'm like, you know what? They literally made it just like the actual Persona 5 game. So in the long run, I don't know how I feel about I don't know how I feel about playing the game, but at least right now I tried it out and it's okay. No, yeah, I had to drop a gacha. I already dropped a gacha to play it, but yeah, that's totally valid. That was one of my reasons that, you know, I was just kind of like, I'm not playing it as well, because I'm like, bro, I'm already playing too many gachas. But you know, I took a look at some of the gachas I were already playing, and I'm just like, you know what, like, I'm kind of bored of these games already. Not much to do, and you know, overall, I think that's what ultimately led me to picking up the game, because, you know, I'm actually playing the game, whereas most of the gachas I play, I'm not actually playing the game. It depends on the generosity. I play 2 low maintenance ones, but I think P5X looked great. Yeah, I don't. So far, it's looking very free to play friendly. I don't know how long that's gonna last, but my biggest thing is that, you know, for a gacha game, there's like so much freaking content, which is like not my, like, I play Japanese gachas, so for what I'm used to from playing these gachas is that, you know, especially when the gacha just comes out, a lot of the time there's not a lot of content or release, so like, you know, you kind of do as much as you can, and then you just slowly do more as the game releases more updates, and the gacha gets more characters for you to pull and all that stuff. That being said, I haven't played Genshin Impact, but yeah, for me at least, this was the first that I'm just kind of like, yo, there's like so much stuff to do in this game. And I actually like the dailies. The dailies are very fair. And what do I mean by that? Like the other, like my other gacha games, like the dailies are annoying because they make you do so much within a day, and they force you to, like, you know, do specific things all the time, right? Like, you always got to do the same thing every time you log in. You got to do this, you got to do that. But so interesting enough, the Persona 5X, the dailies, you have a choice, which I know it sounds weird, but like, there's like, let's say, like, there's like 10 dailies for you to do, but the game only lets you do like 5 of them. So you got to pick and choose what dailies you want to do. Which for me is new. That I haven't played a gacha game that offered that. Because normally, like, the gacha games I play is like, you have to do all the dailies, and then like you get rewarded for doing all of it. And then there's weeklies, and you know, the weeklies are just basically rewards for you doing all the dailies every day. So I like that about, like, when I first saw the dailies, I'm like, oh no, this is too much, bro. I'm not playing the game, because I don't want to sit here and do all these freaking missions. But then, like, you know, I did one and I didn't get them. I couldn't get my reward, and then I had to take a second look, and I'm just kind of like, oh, they only let you do 5. That's why there's so many. Because you got to choose what you want to do. But other than that, I think they did a good job implementing all the Persona 5 mechanics into a gacha game. So there's like a whole bunch of social links in the game. There's, you know, when you actually work to make money, it's, well, you know, gacha game is an actual resource, right? So you actually want to work those shifts and make money to buy things in the game. One of the biggest confusing things about that game, that I will say, is that the currency is very confusing, because there's a lot of currencies. Like, there's a currency for buying stuff, like you have cash, and then there's the currency for summoning, like the gacha currency, and then there's a currency for getting weapons, and then there's a currency for getting personas. And then there's a currency for upgrading your characters. Gameplay's like P5. Yeah, it's just like Persona 5, with just like a few tweaks to fit into the daily thing. Like, you know how, like, for example, there's no time limit, so you can pass on a day and there's no punishment. Like, they're not forcing you to do the palace, right? You can take your sweet time to do the palace. And the cool thing about the palaces is that like, there's a streamlined way to go through the palace, but they give you like so much in that map to explore that you don't have to explore. It's completely optional. Like, I went through the first palace and I came back to the map and it's like, yeah, you only did like 30% of the map. You still have, there's still 70% of the map that you didn't explore. And I'm just kind of like, wait, so I don't have to go throughout the whole palace to beat the boss? All that is optional. So it's just kind of like, you know, when I had some time, I would just go through the rest of the palace and just like, you know, check every nook and cranny to get all these nice little rewards. And some of those rewards are gacha tickets to summon some more, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it plays just like regular Persona 5 in that sense where, you know, you have to fight. You know, the battle system is pretty much the same. You hit for weaknesses, all the mechanics are the same. Now, the attack power and the defense powers are pretty different. It's all scaled by, the math is different. It's all scaled by percentages, but that makes sense because it's a gacha game, right? So that, you know, there's going to be power creep and all that stuff. So a lot of stuff is not set. But what else did I have here? Okay, as far as details go, that's pretty much it. Oh wait, we don't got the, we forgot the neckerchief. What's the story about? When does it take place? It takes place in Shibuya, like the regular story. When does it take place? It's hard to say. Now, I haven't gotten too far into the story, but according to other people that I know that play the game that already like blasted through the story mode, it's apparently like an alternate dimension. So it's not exactly canon to the Persona 5 storyline, I guess. But what's weird about it is that, you know, you do, like, Joker does exist in this world. The Phantom Thieves do exist in this world. And, you know, the new character you're playing as, it's like, he's, you know, he's making his own Phantom Thieves. So there's a little, like, a Phantom Thieves versus Phantom Thieves thing kind of going on here. But yeah, it's not, you know, but this is apparently like an alternative reality where there's more Phantom Thieves other than Joker. But as far as the story goes, that's what I got from it so far. But I do like the new characters. I've only seen a couple of the new villains. But, you know, it's pretty solid so far. My biggest gripe with the game is the UI. That's the only thing. I hate the UI. Because there's so much content in the game, which I guess is a good thing, but like it's so easy to get lost because there's so much to do, and there's like, in the UI there's like so much to navigate through. Like, oh, you go through here, now go over here, now go over here. Oh, okay, you go over here, now go over here. And it's like so many different menus and stuff. When was the release? It was literally like a few days ago. I think it was the, hang on, it was like, it just happened. I think it was last Thursday or Wednesday. So it's been like about a week. But if you start playing the game now, you get all the bonuses for, like, you know, playing on release. You get, like, they give you like a whole bunch of currency for free. There's an event going on that I think we still have a whole week to go through. And then there's also a special gacha where you basically, so you pay 8 to draw 10. So they're basically giving you 2 draws for free, up to 50 draws, and then they give you Ryuji on or Morgana for free, your pick. And they basically give you those tickets for free if you start playing now. So you log in, you get Morgana or on or Ryuji for free. But Joker's right now is the meta character you want to pull. But he has a special gacha and he uses special tickets. So, you know, if you want Joker, you're gonna have to reroll until you get him. But if you're gonna reroll, just make sure you always stay on a guest account and you don't merge it with your actual account, because then you're gonna lock yourself out of rerolling. Just so you know. Yeah, give it a try. And you know, when you actually if you actually play it and you settle on it, add him as a friend of the game so we can that's another thing, the friend thing. So basically, you can make your own friend group and you can actually create like your own club. Like, it's a whole different world that you go to and you can like customize it and stuff. It's like remember the Thieves Den in Persona 5 Royale? If you played it, think of it like that, but like for your group, which I thought was really cool. So right now I just joined a random one, and the group's name is I Like Pancakes. So, you know, obviously I have to join that because, you know, we all know what that means. But yeah, you know, if I get enough actual personal friends that play the game, then, you know, we could just make our own club and it'd be cool. We all reap the rewards. We get a lot of goodies just for being in a club together. And of course, if you have friends on the game, you get to borrow other people's units, which that aspect of it, you know, unless they start locking it out of specific content, because, okay, so one of the reasons why I think it's free to play friendly is because if you have like a whale for a friend, you know, there's a option where you can borrow somebody's unit when you play a level. So it's like, okay, so if I know somebody who's a whale, then, you know, and they have all the meta units, I could just always borrow it from them and use it on levels that I need that unit in. But so far, but I can also see, like, you know, the developers making really difficult levels to beat, but taking out the option of borrowing a unit from another player. Because so far, out of all the levels that I've done, I've been able to borrow a unit, which is what I've been doing to get past the a lot of content, because well, you know, the ones that I'm especially too weak for. But, you know, that's another cool feature. And like waffles. Nah, bro, it's pancakes. Pancakes. Here, let me just... Anyway, let's get back to this. We're almost done here, and I am gonna... Let's draw some bubbles. Water splashing. But I am gonna end the stream pretty soon. add to quickly color it. So all this would be skin. And then we have to, you know, so for this design, there's a lot of translucency. So we're gonna have to play with a lot of translucency here. Which is like, it's annoying if you don't know how to, you know, how that stuff works, but remember to, I don't know how to raid, but like, you know, I still don't see the point of raiding. Let's draw the contour here. Actually grab her colors here. Boss has these pretty beautiful eyes. It builds my community. But what if I don't want to build my community? You know, like, it's like growth is important because, like you said, helps people get to know you. But man, I'm so antisocial, like, it's like I get it, but like I just don't care enough to do it. Do you not want that? Well, that's it's like yes and no. I don't mind not having it. If that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Why stream or do a comic? Because I can. That's why. But nah, it's just kind of like, I don't know. It just feels, meh. I just don't like rating. I just don't like rating. I don't like the idea of rating. Like, I get why it's beneficial, but it's like, nah. It's like, that's the... You don't have to keep talking, but support orders, it's like when you show up to my streams. Yeah, like, I don't mind showing up to people's streams and hanging out, you know? But, like, the whole, it's just rating, I just don't like rating. It's like, what am I doing? I'm just going to somebody else's channel, rating with, like, you know, 1 or 2 people who's, like, what's the word? Who's, like, lurking, right? And then it's like, okay, here you go. Hi, okay, bye. And then that's it. And then it's like, you know, the person I rate kind of feels obligated to give me a shout out and tell their people to follow me. And then it's just this whole cycle of just creators supporting each other, which is cool. I'm not saying that's bad, but I'm just not about it. You know, like sometimes I go into people's streams and I tell them, don't shout me out. Because it's like, I'm genuinely here to hang out. I don't want, like, I don't want you to mark it for me. It's fine. It builds a convo. Yeah, but like, yo, 90% of the time, I don't want to talk to anyone. You know, like... No, I mean, that's fine, but I mean, like, you know, I'm just, at least right now, I'm just not interested, you know? Because, you know, people rate and they run, you know, I would, like, most likely, if I rated, I would be rating and running, you know? And it's just kind of like, you know, rate, say 2 sentences and then leave. It's just kind of like, nah, man, I just rather not rate at all. I'd rather just end the stream and just go about my day. No, I know they know. I'm not saying that, you know, they're gonna think, like, very bad of me, but it's just, to me, it's just pointless. And, you know, and I get it. Like, a lot of people on Twitch do this. I get it. But I don't want to participate. You know? You know? I don't know, I feel like this is maybe pink? That's too dark. Too dark. It's gotta be very light. This necker sheath thing. And this is also a triad of colors here, by the way. You know, yellow, light blue, and then magenta is the third color. So we've got a triad color scheme combining the yellow on of her hair, her eyes, and the which saturation on this is way too high, by the way. But yeah, and then the neck part. Yeah, dude, you know, but I will say this, you know, on stream, I'll say this live, like, if by some magical reason I ever get like a huge following, then I will raid because, you know, not to me, it makes more sense because I'm bringing value into everyone's stream if I show up with like 20 freaking people, you know? But at least right now, it's just kind of like, yeah, I don't want to participate. It's fine. And another thing, like, and that's my other thing. I'm just not too concerned with just profiting or just building too much. I've been doing this for like what, 2 years, and I finally hit 50 followers, and I'm okay with that. That's fine. I'm not in a rush to, like, you know, become super freaking popular. I'm just here and I'm just chilling and I'm just making friends on Twitch. You know, and I feel like I can do that without rating, you know? I'm gonna color this blue because of all that water that's around her. And then we're gonna cut some of the stuff off because this is where like light will be hitting. Oh, whoops. We did the whole thing. Wow. Good thing we got freaking control delete. Let's make some bigger shapes here to really sell this form instead of making the small little ones. Yeah, there you go. I like that better. Okay. See, and then, you know, from here we can just like slightly add in some, you know, fill in the forms. But, you know, we're out of time, guys. It's time. It's already past 8. It is time to end the stream. Get this one lightly. Put the belly here. Add a gradient there. Now, I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with the cross here. I don't know if I want to do all black and then we have the lines going through like that. I don't know if these yellow lines should be crossing here or if we should have one on top of the other like this. Still don't know what I want to do here. But, you know, it's actually shade in her face. it's cute. I like it. I think I like this design. Maybe I should have done a full shot so you can see her feet, right? If that was the case, we would just do this and then, oh, whoops, hold on. We would do, wait, shift, click the other layer, and then you click both of them. There you go. So, we just minimize it and then just draw like, maybe just draw her leg like this, and then we'll have her feet back here. And then we can draw the shoes or something like that. But that's all the time that we've got for today. Alright. So, today, let's go ahead and hit that ending stream. And, yeah, that's gonna stop the music, so now y'all can hear me. But, yeah, that was today's stream. Today we, designed a swimsuit. Now, if we finished this sooner, I would have done a different girl, but we'll take it a little bit at a time. I mean, it's gosh, swimsuit designs are so far and wide. There's just so many things to choose from. It's really hard to design a swimsuit. So major props to all these Japanese creators, or all these creators in Japanese studios for these gacha games coming up with freaking summer variants of whatever IP gacha they're working on, because this is tough. It's not easy. It's there's a lot of ideas that run into it, and it's just very overwhelming when you look at all the options, and you've got to take into account the characters' personalities and all the other traits that come with them. But but that being said, it is fun, and next week we will be designing another swimsuit for a different Reborn Daughter character. Today's character was Boss from Reborn Daughter. I've already talked about it earlier in stream, but yes, as always, guys, you can read it on Left to Canvas if you want to know about the character, if you're interested. I also will be creating beach illustrations of the characters in these swimsuits that I designed them for the summer. So for those of you on YouTube, look out for the shorts of the process videos, and for everybody else, make sure you're following me on my socials so you can see those pictures on my Instagram, or whatchamacallit, the other place, X, and etc, etc, etc. All right, guys, don't forget, your efforts will never betray you. Keep working hard, getting those skills that you want to get, and they are yours to do whatever you wish to do with. Also, be kind to others. Thank you so much for everybody who dropped by at the stream today and hung out. Big shout out for Art Trigger showing up at the end. Appreciate you. And Mikey and Flip Flop Fly for showing up as well. By the way, guys, for those of you on Twitch, they are all streamers. Go check them out if you're very into video games, except for Art Trigger. Actually, Art Trigger does artwork. One of the very few people who come to my channel that also does art. So for those of you who came here to see some art being done, check out Art Trigger on Twitch. I don't know how to do shoutouts, so sorry, my boy. But yeah, gonna go ahead and end with that. I will be back on Monday with the we're at the end of Neil, The World Ends With You. I'm super excited to play. Big stuff happened last Monday, story wise. I don't want to spoil Art Trigger because he's a fan of the series, but super excited to get to the end of the game, because you know who showed up, and it's gonna be really, really awesome. For those of you on YouTube, come follow Tower Tifiao Games or subscribe to that channel if you want to watch me play the ending of that video game, or if you're just interested in JRPGs, specific games. I play a lot of JRPGs on that channel. But for those of you on Twitch, you get the best of both worlds. So I'll just see you guys on Monday at 4 o'clock. And that's going to be all for today. Be kind to others, and I'll see y'all next time. Have a good one.